Juwan Jennings. Oh, it couldn't have happened to a nicer fan base.
14 to the 12, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. It is a touchdown, Bighorns!
What's going on, boys and girls? Welcome to Monday Night Aggie Talk. All right, so not a whole lot going on this Monday night, so I thought I'd jump on here for a few minutes tonight and talk a little Texas A&M Aggies football with you. And I hope you guys will join in the comments and let me know what your thoughts are if you're a Tennessee fan. It's a random Monday night stream, so, we're just doing this because we got some free time. And why not? Why not a better week? We're coming off an off week, bye week, if you will. Greenville's got a bye week this coming week, so got a little free time to be making some videos maybe and doing some random live streams, which I'm going to keep doing all year long. I'm going to stream the Texas A&M game this week. I'm going to stream that, so that should be a lot of fun. It always is. Hopefully it'll be fun with the W at the end of it. And I feel a lot better after this Alabama-Texas A&M game. If you look at the stats from the game this weekend, Alabama beats Texas A&M 26-20. And another nail-biter, so to speak, if you will, between these two. There's one stat that scares the doo-doo out of me. And that is, let's see, well, I can't make this any bigger. That's this one right here. 23, I believe that is, rushing yards for Alabama. And what does Tennessee like to do most this year? Run the ball. So it's going to be highly important that we try and establish the run against that big Aggie defensive front this week. I think we can do better than 23 yards, though. I mean, really, Alabama, all we heard from Alabama all off-season was how, they're going back to smash mouth football. We're going to run it down everybody's throats. Well, 23 yards, you should be getting that on one run, not in an entire game. And passing 321 yards. If Jalen Milroe can throw for 321 yards, I feel pretty confident that Joe Milton can do the same. And don't get it twisted. I'm not saying Joe Milton's a better quarterback than Milroe. In fact, I'd put them both about in the same category. The only difference is right now Milroe can run better because, our boy Milton's got that jacked up wheel. And I don't think anybody knows exactly how good it is, how stable it is. Look, this offense just works better when the quarterback can run the ball. And we saw that in the UTSA game. 81 yard, 89 yard, 80-something yard run right off the rip on the first play by Joe Milton. And he ran it a couple more times in that game and looked pretty good doing it. And our offense looked much better that night. So, our offense is predicated on the quarterback running the ball well and, of course, the running game working well. How do they do that? They spread you out. They get you as close to the sidelines as they can. They make all of those interior linemen have to, spread out a little bit. Your linebacker's going to spread out because they're not sure who they've got to defend coming out of the stable at receiver. And the next thing you know, Jalen Wright's. A lot of Jalen's in today's game, right? Get that, Jalen Wright. A lot of Jalen's in the game, and our guy, Jalen Wright, has a chance to go off this weekend on Texas A&M, I think. We'll see. Between him and Jabari Small and Dylan Sampson, I feel pretty confident that we're going to be able to run the ball on Texas A&M. 23 yards, though, man. But look, Texas A&M wasn't much better. They rushed for 67 yards. This was a pretty even game all the way around. The big difference was quarterback play. You know, A&M's quarterback got hurt. Now they're running with, a second or third stringer, Max Johnson. What's his face's son that played in the NFL? What was his first name? We'll just call him Mr. Johnson that played in the NFL. So we're playing against a team with a backup quarterback. He's not a bad quarterback, though. I'll give the Johnson kid that. He's not a bad quarterback. He's I would say it maybe even an average SEC quarterback already at the way he's playing right now. So, it's not like we're just going to be able to pin our ears back and sack him 12 times. And, I think we'll get back in there on him. We're going to definitely run him, force him out of the pocket, make him run around. We're going to find out whether he can throw the ball on the run or not this weekend, because our guys are going to get after him. That's what we do. It's what a Todd Banks defense does. They like to get after you. And we've been pretty good at that so far. Look, if you're a fan of an opposing team and you say our defense is still terrible, you're not watching the same games I'm watching. Yeah, we had a bad half. We had a bad second half against UTSA. We had a fairly bad game against a really bad AP team, Austin P. Shit. Austin P. I don't know what's wrong with me. My brain dead. Worried about that surgery next week. But yeah, I think we're fine. I feel much better after this game. Texas A&M, surely not going to be a pushover. That's not what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong about that. I don't think we're just going to line up and punch them in the mouth and beat them 40-10 or nothing like that. I think it's going to be a good, tight ball game. I think it'll be a good game for opposing fans to watch. That's what I'm hoping for, with us, of course, coming out on the victorious side of things. Let's play devil's advocate for just a moment and say Texas A&M comes out and they have a big first half. Quarterback goes off. We can't run the ball. We look up and we're down 21-3, 21-7 at halftime. Can this Tennessee team come back? Can they come back quickly? Well, we saw against Florida they couldn't do either one. They got in a hole. They dug themselves a hole that they never could get out of. Totally different game. Totally different scenario. Hopefully this doesn't happen. I look for Tennessee to try and establish some dominance early in this game, maybe get a little bit of a lead, and then cruise, let's just say, to a 41-28 win. I'd take that. It looks good. It's aesthetically pleasing to the eyes. Wow, Tennessee scored 40-something. Texas A&M only scored 20-something. It looks good right off the rip. It looks like we blew them out. But no, 13-point game. Could have been a close game. Maybe it was a blowout. We'll see. Can't wait. Big game at Neyland again, 3:30 game. I wish it was a night game, but it's not. We'll take it. It's better than a noon game. I hate noon games. I know the Big Ten and Fox and everybody's trying to promote that, big noon Saturday crap. Nobody wants a noon game anymore. Nobody. They can promote it all they want up north, but those teams don't like noon games either. I just don't believe it. Maybe Michigan does because they're playing awfully good right now. But most of us guys down here, down south, we want us a good 3:30 or 7:30 ball game. Give us a little time to get juiced up for the game. Go see some pregame festivities, right? People want to see the ball walk if it's a Tennessee game. They want to see the band coming down the hill and all that good stuff, the cheerleaders. And, families like to do stuff like that. And it's hard to do that when you've got a noon game or in some instances 11 a.m. Screw that. I ain't getting up that early for a football game. To go to one anyway, I'll get up to watch it if Tennessee plays at noon. But that don't mean I got to like it. Right? Noon games are ass. That's just my opinion. But anyway, This will be, we'll call this video number 1 of the week, even though I'm doing it as a live stream. It's going to go down as a video. And I thank you guys for showing up tonight. Not many of you in here. Didn't expect many. It's a Monday night. People have already watched whatever they're going to watch for the night. It's a late start, so we're going to call this Texas A&M video number 1 for the week. No trash talking. BVD doesn't do trash talking videos anymore. I did those for years, and Tennessee always got their hind ends handed to them on Saturday. So the days of me doing crow videos are over. Sort of, I guess. You know how it goes. I'll run into somebody, or I'll talk to somebody that I know on here, and somebody will talk me into a bet at some point. It never fails. I've already won 1 bet, South Carolina game this year, so I might retire on the year at 1-0 on bets. It might be a good time for me to retire, period, on bets. Just go out a winner, right? Go out a winner. A dozen eggs and a gallon of milk. That's how you close out a bet, right? So, a lot of big games this weekend. Tennessee's not different. It's a big game. Biggest game of the year for Tennessee right now so far. A lot of proving grounds coming up for this team. A&M this Saturday, Alabama the following Saturday, Kentucky coming up after that. I mean, Tennessee's got some work to do on this schedule before we even get to November. And what is it, Johnny Majors and a lot of old coaches used to say, they remember what you do in November. Well, we got Georgia in November. Nobody gives a crap about beating up on Kentucky and Vandy in November. So this year we got a somebody on our schedule. Long way to go before we get there. Ain't that right, Hoghead? Long way to go. This is a huge game. I agree. It's a huge game. It's a ranked SEC team coming in, licking their wounds instead of licking their chops, which they may have been had they beaten Alabama. But now they come in licking their wounds. Hey, at least their coach is not an idiot. Well, I guess that's up for debate too. I was going to say, I guess their coach is not an idiot, and when he could have taken a knee to preserve the game, someone with the last name Crystal Ball, he could have used a crystal ball that night. Might have saved him from making the biggest blunder in coaching, college football coaching in many, many, many years. That game could end up costing Miami a shot at the ACC championship. We'll just have to wait and see. But this ain't about Miami or Georgia Tech. It's about Tennessee and our big game with them Aggies this weekend. We got them at home, so Neyland, get loud. You know the drill. It just works. Getting loud works. They're going to checker Neyland. Okay, that's fine. So the stadium's going to look like a big checkerboard. It better sound like a big, I don't know what kind of board I'm trying to think of, but it better be the loudest checkerboard you've ever heard in your life. Because A&M's coming in with redemption on the run for losing last week. Jimbo Fisher, whether he realizes it or not, could be fighting for his job this year. You know, all the talent in the world, but a below average team last year. And so right now, you know, he's trying to prove to everybody that, hey, look, I'm not an idiot. I wasn't just a pack of ground up meat when we won them national titles at Florida State. Can he do it on his own? That's the question a lot of Aggies got on their mind. Well, it's going to take a big step forward this Saturday in Neyland to find out. And if he drops this one, that's 2 in a row. And, you know, the old saying, the sky's the limit. Well, the basement's the limit, too, after that, if he drops another one in a row. But on the other hand, for Tennessee, if they win this game and then go to Tuscaloosa next week and pull off a miracle, basically, and let's be honest, beating Alabama down there, based on what's happened the last 16 years, it would be a minor miracle. Alabama, I'm sure, is going to be favored in this game. I'm positive of it. Our fans, the us realistic ones, don't feel like we've got much of a chance of winning down there. Let me see what happens against the Aggies this week, and then I'll tell you whether or not I think we got a chance down in Tuscaloosa. If we're talking quarterback play, we got an okay chance. If we're talking running game play, I think we got a great chance. If we're talking overall defensive play, that's where Bama may have the edge, but we'll see. We'll see. We will see. Anyway, just wanted to get on here for, it looks like, about 18 to 19 minutes. It's funny, I'm getting ready to get off here, and now people are starting to come in. I guess I should have known better. And I wanted to come on here and talk about the Aggies a couple days after their crushing loss to the Crimson Tide. Any loss to Alabama is a crushing loss for whoever you are. Because I just got a feeling that a lot of people in the country are just like me, and they hate Alabama. I hate Alabama. Nothing good ever happens in the state of Alabama outside of a Tennessee win down there. Other than that, everything that happens in Alabama is bad. If you believe all the old jokes. Who knows? We'll see. So, what do you guys got going on a Monday night besides hanging out with me? Talking a little football. I guess I could go be eating supper. I guess would it be considered supper at 10 o'clock at night in the South? We're well past dinner. Dinner is long since passed me by. So I guess this could be considered supper if I go eat after this, or it could be considered bad eating habits, eating at 10 o'clock at night. So maybe I'll just keep streaming for a few more minutes and see what happens. Nah, I said I wasn't going to be on here over 20 minutes, and I'm not. I got regular scheduled streaming nights. That is Sunday night, tomorrow night, aka Tennessee Tuesday, me and my buddy Jason, and then Thursday nights, and then I've been streaming the Tennessee games, and I've been popping on here like tonight, just doing random streams, which usually are some of my best streams, to be honest. The random ones where you don't have anything planned out, you just get on here and babble for 20 minutes and 32, 33, 34. So you see what I'm saying. That's right, Hoghead. Jason E. Jones. Tomorrow night, right here at 8 o'clock. And maybe even some Hoghead, too. We'll see about getting you on here in the second part of the show, Hoghead, if you want. Talk a little Tennessee football. But anyway, I'm BVD. Love you, mean it. Hug your mom and daddy. You'll forgive me if you don't. You'll thank me if you do. Go Vols, screw y'alls. Aggies in 5 days.